Hello, Gothletts, and welcome to this week's Trust Me, I'm a Goth. I have a favourite back since it tends to get lots of views on Spotify. Well, not views, is it? It's listeners on Spotify. I've got a hat with me.
How it is.
And we're going through what we normally go through, so some AITAs and some advice. Are you ready for this?
Otherwise.
Right, there we go, let's get comfy.
Okay.
Yeah, promises. Right, anyway, so AITA for parentifying. No idea. My foster daughter.
Well, I need to learn the word parenting then.
No, it says parentifying in, commas. I recently got 3 foster kids. Female 13, Diana. Male 9, Michael. And female 4, Emily.
Cool.
They are all siblings who were going to be separated, so I got them to avoid that. And I'm planning to adopt them because they are wonderful kids who I love very much. Good on you. And I hear so many horror stories of families being separated in the foster system.
Yep.
Right, let's carry on. Anyway, the issue is with Emily. Emily is a very picky eater, and if her food is not made in a specific way, she will not eat it. For example, her bread needs to be cut into a very specific way. I have tried to cut it in a way she wants, but she never eats what I make because she says I'm doing it wrong. She will eat what Diana makes, even though I can swear Diana's bread and mine look exactly the same. We have tried tricking her, me cutting the bread and pretending Diana cut it, but she can't be fooled. This is just one example. She's picky with so many more things. Yesterday I had my friends over for dinner. I called Diana and asked her if she could please help me prepare Emily's food because Diana knows her best. She agreed and started helping me. My friend asked me if Diana is always responsible with feeding Emily. I told her that yes, Diana helps me with this a lot. She then called me an asshole and accused me of parentifying. That's where it comes. It says asshole.
Yeah, it's just not quite what you said.
I thought I said asshole.
Yeah, cool.
Oh, alright. Right, so she accused me of parentifying Diana, saying it's my job to feed my kid, not her job. Am I really the asshole?
No, not the slightest.
No, I mean, we here, due to me being kind of held together with duct tape, my youngest crotch goblin loves to cook. And she's been cooking since she was about 12. So before then, she loved to take it in turns to cook family meals. We just don't go into a
She'd
baking.
rather cook everybody a meal than do washing the pots or any other household chore to earn
yes. Yeah, my crotch goblins.
Wi-Fi rather than pocket money.
Yeah, my crotch goblins have to do a chore to get Wi-Fi. And unfortunately, she does not like doing manual labour. She doesn't like doing things that involve dirt unless it's cleaning out the litter tray for money. She's a weird child. But anyway, off the track there with that one. No, you're not the arsehole. The fact Diana is helping you, it's giving her skills. And it's not like you're parentifying her. You're only asking her to help with her younger sister.
It doesn't say how long into fostering you the children she's either. So it might just be it's going to take that time to build up the trust, learn all of her quirks and how she likes things, and then once you get there, get that trust, learn her quirks, it should be fine. And she might always be a picky eater. She might grow out of it.
Yeah, I've got picky. Right, I've got 2 crotch goblins. They will only eat carrots raw.
Nothing wrong with that.
I know there's nothing wrong with that, but when we have a meal and we have cooked or roast carrots, they will have raw carrots. And I see this as similar. And granted, the other one is a bit more of a picky eater, but you've got a way around it. And it sounds like Emily is eating, although she is a picky eater. And I'm pretty sure Diana would say if she had issues. So no, you are not the asshole. Right. I think we should move on.
Yep.
AITA for telling my MIL mother-in-law she fucked all her kids up.
No. Oh, that's experience, sorry.
I, 23 female, had my son 4 months ago. Congratulations. My mum and my husband's mum are polar opposites in every way, but especially in child rearing. They hate each other. Both parenting methods are fine, but just from viewing their kids, I will be following my mum's method. Okay, to the issue at hand. Right, buckle in. I do not bed share with my son directly, but his crib mattress is on the floor and I have a single mattress about a foot away. I can reach him and he sleeps through now. If you put him in his crib, he will scream until he vomits. If I manage to get him asleep, he will only stay asleep for maybe 15 to 20 minutes. Oh, bless you, I remember those days. My mother-in-law fucking hates it. My husband agreed when he realised it made him sleep through, although he wasn't a fan at first. I don't have any issues with our current arrangement. Whenever he is ready, he will move to my mattress and we will adapt from there. Every single time we see my mother-in-law, she's telling us we need to sleep train. Right, I am often telling my husband to deal with her, but she won't listen to a damn thing she says. I think she
should have meant what he says.
Yeah, I'm thinking, have I missed something? You know, I'm sure she said husband and not wife.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I lost it with her. She came over to see him, and I went to put him in his sling for a nap, and she gave her disapproving sigh and asked if she could put him down in his crib. I agreed. She's constantly telling us that he'll go to sleep in there with just a little work. I know he won't, but I decided to let her see for herself. She went and put him in his crib. He started screaming. I ran to go get him, but she held his door closed so I couldn't get in. She told me he needed to cry for a little bit, but then he would go to sleep. I managed to pry her off the door and grabbed him. I fed him to calm him down, which started off a whole other spiel from her. In the end, I turned around and told her that she doesn't get to fuck my kid up too. She was a little shocked, so I continued. I'm into this. She told her that she fucked up all her kids and she was and is a shitty mum. She needs to leave my kid alone and stop trying to give me parenting advice that I'm not going to follow. She started crying and my husband stepped in and asked her to leave. Wow, he finally grew some balls. He then told me I was overstepping and should let him deal with it. She's only trying to help, etc. I responded by telling him that he never does enough and he's going to try and defend her. He can leave too. He didn't leave straight away, but did go at some point in the next hour. I left to the bedroom so baby could sleep and I could call my mum. She came over with my sister and we had a good evening. They insisted I was well within my rights as his mum to say what I said. However, I'm aware that they hate my mother-in-law and may not be the most nuanced. My husband told our friends who were pretty evenly split but I know that this also plays into their personal parenting options too. So I come here for true, totally unbiased judgment. I'm at a loss with the whole situation. AITA. Oh, ETA? I'm guessing edit or something. Had to edit my post down for size. Sorry, there's any missing info. Happy to answer in the comments, right? Okay. So, no, you are not the arsehole. This is your child. You raise your child how you see fit. Take whatever you want parenting styles from each parent. I mean, you married your husband, so his mum's got to have done something right in there along the way.
Unless he just ignored himself and brought himself up.
True, so true. From having a child that screamed and cried unless he was cradled, I know what you're going through. You do sound, by going off on each other, you are both probably tired due to, your son being a little shit at times. But we've all been there.
And the stress from the in-law, yeah.
Yep. But she literally had no right to shut you out of your son's room. She could have been doing anything in there.
Well, no, she wasn't this side of the door. I don't know where that was written.
Yeah.
But either way, she shouldn't have blocked her going into the room.
No, because what if he had had an emergency and wasn't just screaming because he didn't want to be put down? But no, whatever works for you, as long as it is safe, go for it. Think, mine were in my bedroom until there was one in some various shapes or forms. Yeah.
I remember having to falling asleep, having to cuddle Matzo because he wouldn't go to sleep unless he was being cuddled.
Yes, we had a child that wanted cuddles. He does actually have diagnosed ASD. So it probably, and he does enjoy cuddles and that comforting aspect now. So if that was probably our first introduction to, maybe, he just needed that extra reassurance, and that's all it was. I am not saying your child has ASD at all, but if they do have severe issues, I mean, if they are screaming until they are sick, that's not a good thing. Also, sleep training in the UK, and I'm pretty sure in America, years and years ago, we had a burn pile. There was a book by Gina Ford called The Contented Little Baby Book. I bought a copy. Well, I bought several copies to burn them. She didn't have children of her own. She was a nanny, and some of the parenting styles in that book, they worked, but at what detriment to the child? So I'm not a big fan of sleep training unless you desperately need to have sleep training for a child. By the sound of it, your child's gone into their own rhythm. Until my children were about 4, they never had a set bedtime. They had a time they would get settled, but they didn't have a bedtime. It's when they fell asleep, and I'm lucky that they kind of just fell into their own rhythm. I mean, granted, little dragon was a bit of a nightmare. But no, you do what you gotta do. Anything else you want to add, Hat?
No.
I've seen the title of this one. AITA for asking my husband to stop drinking alcohol after he wet the bed again.
He's got issues.
We'll see what this says, and then I've got a funny story.
No, he's going to see a doctor or do something else.
Shh. You might have thought it was the toilet, which links to my funny story after this. Husband went out last night for the first time in a few weeks, as he had been sick. He woke me up a couple of hours after he got home, as he had wet the bed. This is not the first time it has happened, and it only ever happens after drinking alcohol. In the past, he has admitted to having an unhealthy relationship with alcohol, and he chose to put some limits/boundaries in place. e.g. getting home by a certain time. Every second drink being a water. These boundaries last a few weeks/months and then it's back to doing whatever he wants. I'm 36 weeks pregnant, we already have a 4-year-old, and I'm fed up with all this. I asked my husband not to drink until he has been checked by a doctor to see if there's a medical reason for this happening, and he flat out refused, mainly because he has an old friend/colleague coming to town next week. He also says I'm being controlling. So, AITA. ETA, just for context. 1. This doesn't happen every time he goes drinking. Last time it happened was about 10 months ago. I'm more concerned about his refusal to stop drinking until he gets checked out by a doctor. 2. He didn't expect me to clean up after him, and there's no bloody way I would have anyway.
Fair enough. How grottoed was he in the first place to piss the bed?
Well, to be fair, alcohol's a depressant, isn't it? And it can put some people to sleep. And if
always puts me to sleep.
Yeah, it always puts you to sleep. And if
Good night sleep on that.
I can imagine if they are in a deep enough sleep, they would possibly pee the bed.
Because they won't
wake up.
Yeah.
Or they're dreaming they're on the toilet. But my funny story, no, it doesn't concern Hat, you see.
Because I've never done that.
One of my relatives, and I laughed so much, got very drunk. He cannot hold his alcohol. And he thought he went to the toilet in the middle of the night. He didn't. He opened a wardrobe door and he urinated all over a bag of yarn and my sister's knitting, and she'd nearly finished a massive scarf. And it was like her first major project. So I do know drunk people. He genuinely thought he had gone to the bathroom, opened the door, gone in, and urinated in the toilet. He hadn't, it was a wardrobe. So, funny things with men, alcohol and urinating. Mind you, I had a friend that decided to take a dump outside a bank with security cameras. But here you go.
I wasn't black your own taking piss outside of clear glass doors and then I was at work.
You also got propositioned on the way home from work. Your work was a bit dodgy.
This is working in the centre of the town.
Yeah, so for me, I think there's a bigger question here. And it's not about you being an arsehole for stopping your husband drinking alcohol. It's more you've got a concern about his alcohol consumption and habits. And unfortunately, unless he sees that as a concern, he is not going to do anything about it. I mean, I'm very lucky that if I believed Pat had an issue, I would quite happily tell you, I think you've got an issue, mate.
Why she's I don't drink enough. Look. 3-4 drinks last year. I've had one. I've had more this year, I think.
Yeah, you've had more this year so far.
3-4 this year.
It's because you got to create a cider for Christmas, and none of the older crotch goblins drank any.
Yeah, you did.
I know, yeah, you did.
I locked it away.
Well, when you've got 18, 19, 20-year-olds coming to visit, you do kind of hide your alcohol. Especially when you don't drink a lot, so you have some in. But to be fair...
Yeah, because then it's... Yeah. It's definitely worth seeing a doctor or a shrink. Just to be able to check there is nothing wrong with his. If it is, when he reaches a certain limit, he's being in bed, it might just be he's that comatose, he's completely dead to the world and his body's just doing what it needs to do. Because the brain is in the same universe at that moment in time.
Yeah, the chemical reaction with alcohol in your system affects hormones and all sorts.
As long as it's not heading down the AA route.
Yeah, and you need to nip that in the bud. If you feel it is, you need to be honest with him. Right, shall we move on to the next one?
Yep.
Am I the arsehole for telling my wife that pregnancy hormones aren't a blank check for verbal abuse? They're not. Right, let's have a go. My wife is currently pregnant and about 6 months along. You don't know. Okay. This is her first pregnancy and a planned and wanted pregnancy. The first trimester was great, but around the time we hit the second trimester, she became very aggressive. If I cook dinner, it's not just wrong, but it's fucking disgusting. Get this away from me. Ooh, bitch mode. If I clean the house and put things away, I get yelled at for putting things back because she now wanted them put somewhere different. Oh, he's putting shit away. I've been yelled at for waking up for work, for playing music she didn't like, for making coffee she didn't like the smell, and 100 others. It's gotten to the point where there is at least one explosion per day where I am yelled at and insulted. I've tried to speak to her about this, but every time she hand waves it as, it's just the pregnancy hormones. It makes you crazy. You'll just have to deal with that. I am well aware of the effect that pregnancy hormones have, but I don't believe it justifies the level of verbal abuse coming my way. Finally, the other day I told her after a particular rough yelling session, I said that pregnancy hormones don't justify yelling or abuse to your partner. This wasn't received well. It led to more yelling and her calling me an AH, sir, am I the arsehole? Okay, it's a little update. And to try to answer some questions I expect to come up. No, we have never had this issue before. Speaking with the doctor, she has no specific risks or complications over the average. I have asked her in her calmer moments about how she's feeling about the pregnancy, and she says she's excited. Pregnancy is an awkward time period, but she's very excited for the baby to come. Was I absolutely nasty and horrible when I was pregnant?
No. I mean, I still leave you to clean up your own mess because that's just not worth the ear I could get from not putting stuff away exactly where you want it in the first place. So that's just a no-go and start off with. But the rest of it...
Organised chaos. I know where it is. You move it, you incur my wrath as to why you moved it, why you felt the need to move it,
Okay.
and who gave you permission to touch it.
It's not worth the hassle.
But I'm like that even when I'm not pregnant. So.
Yeah, exactly. It's not worth the hassle. I'll leave you clean up your own mess. Your mess, you made it. You clean it up.
You're not the arsehole. I personally have not known any pregnant woman turn verbally abusive. I've known from the very beginning some people who predisposition to be divas turn into massive divas when they're pregnant, but I've never known just someone suddenly snap.
I can't comment.
Oh, you only know me, and I'm very pleasant when I'm pregnant.
Yeah. I said that go of you in a wheelchair going down the road.
Then you're gonna fucking die when I get held with you. Right.
No, I don't think he's the asshole. If she's been as abusive as he feels she's been, even in the calm moments, he needs to let her know
It's not on.
It's not fair on him. It's yes, you might be having ups and downs, but it's not fair to take them out on him at all.
I will say, and I am not there are some instances when brain chemistry can change naturally with pregnancy. It just does, because, you know, hormones and shit. If she has suddenly changed personality hitting that second trimester, it may be worth her speaking to a midwife or health professional. Because, as I say, I've not known any hormonal woman, unless she was predispositioned, i.e. she was a bitch beforehand and she became a bigger bitch, just suddenly snap. So it may be just, look, this isn't normal behaviour.
When you both go see the doctor.
Yeah, both go together, only because she can say how she's experiencing things from her side, how she's seeing it, what exactly she's feeling, and you can say what your perception of that is and what's happening. It does sound like this is, you know, not oh, the words escaped me. It does sound like it will, bringing it up even in her calmer moments may trigger, you know, that abusive response, but it's not on. I will say I do have some female family members that get PMSy pissy, i.e. you can always tell when it's coming to that time of the month because they turn into fucking bitches from hell and they will verbally abuse anyone that stands in their way and have no remorse. I'm lucky I'm not like that.
Yeah, I'm with you if you like.
No, you just like the slaps.
Veteran, Nick and Zeno.
But no, I think something needs to happen there because it's not fair.
Yeah, it's not a healthy environment.
No, it's not, and something's going on, whether she's aware of it or not. So, we are now coming on to some advice. You got your advice cap on now.
I'll go change it.
Straight. Right, anyway, so.
Go on.
Right. I spilled a gallon of laundry detergent in the back of my car and can't do anything about it for 12 hours. I have to work a 12-hour shift. An entire gallon of laundry detergent leaked overnight because I forgot to take it out. I just noticed, and I'm in the parking lot for my shift.
Well, I hope it's a detergent you like, 'cause it's going to smell pretty damn nice for a while.
Yeah.
At the very least. Carpet bags? I don't know.
Yeah, carpet bags would probably be the best way to go. Towels, maybe soak some of it up. Oh, put your dirty washing on it. Rub it with your dirty washing. Just make sure it's not overly soiled on your car. And yeah, rub it, and then you've not entirely lost the detergent. Then you can stick it.
That's not enough. In a Western hot country, it's just going to evaporate anyway. By the time it gets back, if it's in the car, if it's in the UK right now, where it's pissing down on cold, then yeah, it's still going to be wet and damp in the car, in which case, grab some dirty towels out your laundry basket and soak it up.
But she's in the parking lot right now.
When she gets home,
Yeah.
the car will just
Yeah, I
smell nice.
think you're just gonna have to leave
The
it
car
for
will
the
just
12 hours.
smell nice going home.
But you're gonna need like a carpet box or something just to make sure you get all that moisture out of your seats, because no matter where you are, that is a breeding ground for mold and nasties.
Yep.
But your car should smell nice.
Mm.
That just validated. Look. Okay. That was short and sweet. Moving
Yep.
to the next one. My husband won't let me hire a male nanny. Partner disapproves of having a male nanny around because he thinks it's weird a man would be interested in childcare and just thinks he's a pedo even though he is not. He's a highly qualified nanny and we reviewed his resume. It bothers my husband that he's unmarried and he just thinks he's going to be touching our 2-year-old. I will be paying for the nanny expenses That's
expenses.
Yeah. That's the other thing. It's coming out of my personal paycheck. Also, I don't want a female nanny because my husband cheated on me in the past. I think he's got some insecurity issues, and that's why he won't let you have a male nanny.
I've never even heard of a male nanny, but doesn't bother me.
Hey, listen, I would just stick a resume in front of him without any name, or make up a female name and say, is this person qualified enough for you? He goes, yeah, perfectly qualified. Great, I'll hire them. Bing, bang, bong, male nanny, fuck you. I don't know, what do you think? Speak up a little bit.
See, he's insecure because he knows he cheated. He thinks she's going to point the nanny because he can't point the nanny. Oh, recent maybe.
Yeah, he's got insecurity issues. Just ask him. It's that, or he stays at home and looks after the kids.
Yeah.
And nanny when you have dads. Dad's just another form of male nannies. Mothers are like female nannies.
Yeah.
I think I'm going through this pedo thing. It's literally like calling every dad a pedo.
There's a bit of difference there. They're not renting themselves out to look after somebody else's kid and then going and moving on every couple of years to go look after somebody else's kid.
I don't know. You met my ex-husband.
Burn, bitch. Put those claws away, please. I like them about scratch, not torn to shreds as well.
No, me?
I like being...
No, we don't do what you like. Keep quiet.
Yeah. Telling me he had a...
Hey, it's your money. You're paying for it. I see no reason. Tell him he's gay. Don't know, but her husband seems the type of guy where if you say we're getting a male nanny and he's gay, he might not be that bad with it.
Who knows?
He's insecure little asshole anyway.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I'll take him to meet the parents.
You don't meet the parents of a nanny, do you?
No. Of the other people that he's worked for before.
Yes! I'm sure he'll have resume and shit. Okay. I heard my mum and my friend having sex while he visited.
Motherfucker! It's stiffer, isn't it?
Right.
Oh, it's not stiffer. It's
right. I'm going to read this one, but one of the comments underneath was, "I sniff a fake purse." But I just saw it and I was like, "Oh, come on!" I hadn't read it. I just saw it.
American Pie, isn't it?
I was visiting my family while back from a nearby college, and I brought my new friend along to meet my old high school friends and hang out. Right, I'm guessing this is America.
Yeah.
So college is university.
Yeah.
Okay. I asked my parents if he could stay, and they said of course he's welcome. We were all hanging out at my house, having some drinks, having a good time, and I went up to bed and my friend took the guest bedroom downstairs. I woke up after a little bit of sleep and went downstairs to get some water to help with my headache and prevent a hangover. As I headed downstairs, I passed the guest room and I hear a woman moan. I froze in confusion, wondering what it could be, and I hear another. I walked up to the door and listened, and it was unmistakable. People were definitely having sex in there based on the moans. Old bed creaking and bodies slapping together. I can't do it because my arms are covered. No, but if I wiggle my arms, it makes like a slapping noise. What are you doing? It's like two old burgers and the knees knocking. Right, Alright. My stomach knotted and I felt sick. As many people have, we've all heard our parents having sex, and it sounded like my mum. She was also the only woman in the house at the time, as my sister was not home. I started thinking maybe he went on Tinder or something and snuck a girl into my parents' home. Scummy, yes, but I'd rather that than him hooking up with my mum. What little hope I had was erased when I definitely heard my mum's voice in the room. When they finished up, I quickly ran and hid, and I saw my mum walk out of the room in a big t-shirt that she sleeps in. My stomach sank as what little doubt I had slipped away. The next morning during breakfast, they acted like nothing happened and did so pretty well. I was silent, and my mum even commented on it. I blamed it on being tired from the night before. I haven't told anyone, not sure what to do. I feel like I should tell my dad, but I just don't know. Any advice is appreciated. Whoa, so there's a dad in there somewhere.
Some parents.
Yeah, but still, you can say parents' house and they're divorced. It's, yeah. Oof.
Did you know where her dad was at the time?
Oh, maybe he stayed in the room with a friend. A bit of,
You might have been all three of them in there.
Exactly. And yes, I have heard one set of my parents having sex, and I kind of went to them, and I apologise, parent, if you're listening to this. I'm not going to say which parent it was. They will know who it is when I say the next bit. I went, you do know I am a very, very light sleeper, which I am. Yeah, that wasn't free. So yeah, I understand where you come from, and you're going to have trauma for a very long time. And touch wood, my kids might even listen to this, but I don't think any of my crotch goblins they've not even said it to me. And my crotch goblins are very outspoken. I'm pretty sure they would have said, I heard you going at it like rabbits. Don't you know?
Yeah.
Mind you, I am very quiet, so.
That's what the gag's for.
So, I mean, any advice you can give her?
Situation nobody wants to be. Because you don't. If she knew where her dad was at the time.
Yeah, because you've not said where your dad was.
Was he passed out drunk somewhere else?
Is he away at work?
Are they both doing alright? They're not kind of in the middle of starting stepping. They might be swingers.
And it might have been her fantasy to have a younger man, the cougar.
Who knows?
I think you should talk to your mum.
Yeah.
Or your friend, if you don't feel you can talk to your mum.
Oh no, mum's the easiest. Because you saw her coming out the ring. And she can't deny it when...
Yeah, you just need to talk to them. And I mean, you're at college.
Obviously don't take that friend home again.
I don't know, if a mum's happy and gives, whatever. Right.
You're forgetting him just because
and it wasn't going to come out right. I would, if it is just at the breakfast table, I mean, granted, it's gone now. If it was at the breakfast table with just your mum and your friend, I would have said, I heard you two banging, did you enjoy yourselves? I would have made it a bit awkward. But that's what I'm kind of like.
Yeah. You'd have just said it wasn't that good last night, Mum, because you came up, you walked out the room fairly easily.
God, that is so bad.
Oh, it was that.
Sorry, I was having dialogue in my head that cannot be repeated. Tell you that. It gives too much away about things.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you just need to like talk to your friend or talk to your mum, one or the other. And if they deny it, maybe then it is time to tell your dad. If they admit to it and say, look, you do know my dad's in the picture, and maybe find out what's going on there. I would find out what's going on before you tell your dad.
Yeah.
Ultimately, you can't bottle shit up. And it might be they've got an amicable agreement in place where your mum can go with whoever she wants and your dad can go with whoever they want, and it might have been their night away. And I've got friends who are in situations like that. But yeah, I would be one of those things. Talk to your mum, talk to your friend before you talk to your dad. But if it is going to eat up at you, you've then got to let your dad know. Little boy.
Yep.
Oh. And that's it. That's the last one.
That's the last one. Yeah.
This week.
Going to end of the
End on the what?
Slightly funny one.
It's not only. It kind of like it's funny, you know.
It is bad funny.
It's bad funny.
It's American Pie funny.
It's American Pie.
Stifler's mum funny.
You ever done a Stifler's mum?
No, I wouldn't have done the Stifler's mum either.
See, one of my crotch goblins. They always go on about one of his friends' mum. He'd quite happily do, and he's actually told her. I think you've heard them going on about her.
Yeah.
I must admit, she is a bit of a cracker. Not my cup of tea, but I can see where she would be some others. Oh, there's other parents I'd quite happily go for. You're just sat there nodding.
People hold them to be parents that now.
Bless you. Don't worry, your friends are safe. I might tell you I'm wrong. What point in that? Right, anyway, so that is it. So thank you for listening to this week's episode. As always, drop us a like. It would be very much appreciated. Give us a share if you want. Spread the trust me, I'm a goth kind of love.
Chaos.
There's no chaos here. It's organised chaos, therefore it is not chaos. It is ordered, but in a chaotic way. There we go.
I need to be mentally inebriated to find.
That's my ADHD brain. When I can remember where I put things.
Yeah.
But yeah, drop us a like on this. We've also got the other podcasts so fall asleep too. And then we've got all the other bits on the Dead Chatty website. So that is it. It's a bye from me. You're going to say bye, Hat.
So long, folks.
See you later.